my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. It feels like ages since I've been here, but of course it wasn't. It's a week at least, but you've had in the meantime a vlog because I wasn't around last week due to Sandra's visit. But I put the vlog up on Friday. And of course I wasn't here for a couple of catch-up cards because I'm going into my second week now being off work on annual leave. And last week, as you would have seen from the vlog, day trips out and things like that. Then I've been away for this weekend, dog sitting for a friend. So first day at home of the second week, I've just been reading. And then there was a knock at the door and it was the postman who has delivered 2 parcels from Oneness Emporium. I don't know what they are. I suspect what one of them is. Cheryl from Oneness Emporium contacted me a week ago to say that she wanted to send something to me that is due to be released on the 8th, which is tomorrow. So I kind of think I know what that one is, but I wasn't expecting 2 parcels. So it's very exciting. So I thought what we'll do is we can open up the boxes and have a look, and then I'll do a walkthrough of one of the decks today, and then perhaps another one. If it is another deck, it could be anything. Cheryl doesn't just sell decks. If you haven't checked out Oneness Emporium yet, please do. Fantastic shop, fantastic resource, particularly if you're here in the UK, because you know you're buying from a reputable source. No fakes. Guaranteed to get, if she's got them in the shop and you buy them, you're going to get them either before or on the release date of things. So and you can see just the quality of the packaging and everything that you get when you buy from Oneness Emporium. I've seen a few people in the Hermit's Cave say that they've purchased and had really good experiences as well. And my lovely friend Giselle from Mad Witch unboxed an item that she'd bought as well and was really impressed, as was Tony. So yes, this is what I thought it might be, which is the mass released version of the Unfolding Path Tarot. Now I do have the indie version of this, and I added this to my wish list pretty much for the same reason I did with Lightseers. And I know this deck gets compared a lot to Lightseers, and I do see some similarities, but there's some differences as well. But when I've got an indie version that's, you know, not easy to get hold of, when I know there's going to be a mass-produced version of a really decent price, I mean, it's saying US $24.99. I think in the UK this is selling for around £20, which is really, really reasonable. It's by Hay House, I believe. Yes, just like the Lightseers. And, you know, to have a working deck that you don't mind if it gets a bit battered and bruised is why I wanted to get it. So we'll have a look at that, and that's what this video will be about. Let's just have a look at this beautiful. Thank you for supporting a small business. And she always puts these the collection of cards and things in. So we've got, oh, look at this. This is beautiful. And then it says, you are who you are because of your history. All of it has helped you to grow in love and wisdom. Every experience has blessed you in some way. Embrace the past and forgive anything that needs forgiving. How beautiful is that? And like I said, I've been reading a book this morning and I was looking around for a bookmark, and I think that would be perfect. And then we've got, these are other, look how beautiful that is, it's the back. I'm not sure of what deck this is. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments, but I love the cold stamping. It's really beautiful. And the artwork is very classical. That's gorgeous. 43, so it's from an oracle deck. Sisterhood of Reciprocity. Gorgeous. And then we've got this one. This is lovely artwork. Two of Cups, Romeo and Juliet. There's so many decks at the moment that are out that I'm not aware of what they are. None of these I recognise. The Watcher. Beautiful. All of these are beautiful. This looks like the same back. Oh, similar backs. It's just the crescent moons at the top that are, yeah. Listen, the world open. So it looks like we've got some oracle decks as well there. And then we've got, and I was told last time I could show this, which is a code. Use the code. So just do a screenshot of that if you are wanting to buy from the Oneness Emporium. So we'll have a look at what this is. I have no idea what this is going to be, but for today's video we're going to have a look at the Unfolding Path, the mass market version. Okay, so I love the box and the stickers. It's black and black tape, and okay, so let's, okay, that's nice and easy. All right, put that back. Oh, it's Tarot Apocalypsis. Oh my goodness. See, Cheryl has access to my Amazon wish list. Oh my God, I can't believe I've got this again. This is one of the first tarot decks that wasn't 1JJ Swiss or RWS. How can I forget RWS? I'm just kind of taken aback. This is really wonderful. I bought this before I started a channel when I first found the tarot community and I started watching unboxing videos. I bought this, and you know what it's like when you first discover the online community. You get overwhelmed, and I saw all these decks and it sat on the shelf and I ended up trading it, never really giving it the opportunity. And it was one of those that I always regretted, particularly because I then discovered Tarot Illuminati, which is also by Eric C. Dunn and Kim Huggins, and love it. And I thought, oh, I wish I'd, you know, had kept Tarot Apocalypsis and worked with it. So I kind of added it to my wish list, thinking one day, it's got the book and the deck, one day I will. And Cheryl, this is so kind of you, really, really kind of you to send me this. Wow. So yeah, and again, you know, Oneness Emporium, not just new release decks, but check it out. There's loads of decks, and they are a stockist for so many of the, what we call the main players, Hay House, US Games, Llewellyn, Los Scarabeo, etc. So yeah, do check out Oneness Emporium. Oh, that's so nice, so kind. All right, so let's take a look. So I've grabbed this is the indie version, which is a beautiful, it's in just a plain black box, 2-part, and it's got this metallic silver, this crescent moon, this foliage, and it says the Unfolding Path Tarot. Now, it doesn't come with a book. You kind of get this fold out. As you can see here, folds out like so, and it's just got keywords for each of the cards. So it'll be interesting to see what they've done, whether it now has a guidebook, and then the cards sit inside this foam. They do slip behind, and it's quite hard to get them out. But yeah, and it's a nice thick deck. As you can see, these are the backs, which are beautiful, and the artwork is it's stunning. I know people have said, well, there's a lot of white on the cards, etc. But so I'll put that there and we'll have a look at the mass produce. I've just got rid of my little pen knife, so I'll dig that out again. Where are we? Wrong side, there we go. So let's just okay. So I think it's going to be a standard, like if we look at, I was going to try and find, if it's here on the shelf, easy to grab, the light seers. Ah, there it is. Yeah, so it looks like the light seers, they're in a kind of standard type box, which is nice because they sit nicely on the shelf. And if people do tend to compare and pair decks up, then that's a good one to pair it up with, I think. So, all right, so let's see if this comes with a little book. It does. So that's actually a bonus. You don't get a book with the indie version, but you do get a book, a nice little book with the mass produced. So it's got the lovely cardstock the same as well. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera down and we'll just have a closer up look at the two decks. Let's make the lighting right as well. Okay, so firstly the box is really nice and it's got like it's almost like the font is stuck on top. It's like raised a little bit and it's shiny, whereas the rest of the box, it's the same with oh, look at the inside. Sorry, it's the same with the all of the font that appears on the box is that way. Beautiful inside. It's not the same as the backs. I wonder if they've changed the backs, but this is what you've got on the inside anyway, with this beautiful lotus flower, this chalice. I love the hands making a heart shape, and we've got the dove. So yeah, really, really beautiful design. And I have a lot of, I know she's changed her name recently, but Athene Noctua, I think that's how you pronounce it. Got a lot of her little mini decks. Crystal Ball is one that I really, really like, and I've shown that on my channel as well. And then we've got this image at the bottom of the box. It's beautiful. This box, I mean, it's a solid 2-part box, but the design is absolutely stunning. So we see that all the way around. Let's just have a quick look at the book. So as opposed to, like I said, the pull out that you get with very limited information, we've now got a book which is 113 pages with the acknowledgements. I saw a date somewhere in here, so Hay House 2023. So what you get is an introduction, tarot basics, using the unfolding path tarot, card spreads, major and minor arcana, about the author, and acknowledgements. Let's just have a quick read of this, a little bit of this. All my life I've been on a creative journey of one sort or another, whether it be drawing, painting or designing. Over the years I've never imagined my pixelated and paint smeared path excuse me, would lead me here. I am so honoured and grateful to be able to combine two of the key pillars of my life, my spiritual journey and my journey as an artist. The path to the material manifestation of this tarot deck took many years. I initially began working with card decks over 10 years ago, and this blossomed into my creation of my first 2 oracle decks. These decks were a form of apprenticeship for me and something to prepare me. So those are the decks that I was on about. There's a little rune one as well. So she talks about creating the Unfolding Path Tarot, and then we go into Tarot Basics, and tells you about the major arcana and then each of the suits, how to use the Unfolding Path Tarot. There are multiple ways to interpret tarot readings. Reading the cards for yourself is a deeply personal experience and should develop a practice that nourishes you. Yeah, and then we've got a little bit about spreads, and then we go into the card meanings. So as you can see, we get the number and the title, and then we get some keywords, and then we get a writing here. This card challenges you to look honestly at the darker, hidden areas of your life and bring them up and into the light. So talking about the devil card, obviously. When we get to the wands, we've got a little bit less, I think, maybe, than, yeah, it seems to be a little bit less. Beautiful illustrations for each of the suits. Yeah, so nice little guidebook. All right, so let's have a look at the cards and whether there's many differences. It seems to be actually a little bit thicker on the, more whiter on the independent version. This is more like a card, although it's still quite light for a card. The backs are the same, as you can see. Actually, the quality is really good. Let's take this band off. And this is what I was impressed with Hay House, actually, because sometimes when somebody has an independent version, I'm thinking of something like the Wild Unknown. The quality is good for the independent. I don't, sorry, for the mass produced. I don't have the independently produced version of the Wild Unknown. I was too late to that party. But all I heard from everybody was, you know, the quality is not the same. I can't comment. But what I am impressed with Hay House is, and I'm only going on, you know, 2 decks now, which is the Light Seers, and this one, is that actually the quality is really good, because this is nice cardstock. It is a silky matte, very smooth, and the print quality, this one is less, it's more matte. So if I'm running it under the light, you can see it hardly picks up, whereas if I run this one under the light, you see that this one is a little bit silkier, but it's still a nice matte cardstock. It's not got a lamination on it where it's a thick lamination or glossy by any imagination. Colours are pretty much identical. I would say, if anything, the independent is a little bit more saturated, but a smidge. The font is the same, but it's thicker, it's bolder, I should say, on the independently produced deck. It's a little bit thinner and lighter, it's not as thick. But other than that, even though it's a little bit, yeah, so this one is a little bit more thinner, a little bit bendier, that's why there's a size difference. This one's a little bit more sturdy. But other than that, great job, Hay House, for getting something as close to the independently produced version as possible. So I have done a walkthrough of this. I will link it below. Okay, so of course, it's not going to be in order, is it? Because this is the one, this is my deck. I mean, I'm not going to show them side by side anyway, because, you know, I don't think any of the cards have changed. Or have they? Bear with. Okay, so I put the indie version into order. I don't think there are any changes at all, other than what I've mentioned, which is the cardstock really is the only change, and that is slight. I love this High Priestess. I mean, just look how, and when I show you the cards in detail, I'm going to be showing you the mass market version from Hay House. But just look at her. Isn't she glorious? I love the pomegranate she's holding in the scroll. She's got the crescent moon. She's just so much wisdom. Look at her eyes. Just beautiful. We have our big bellied pregnant empress and our emperor. They really, they go well together. The Hierophant. I quite like the fact that changes haven't been made. I think sometimes it's nice to get if there've been some cards that have been perhaps controversial. I'm thinking of some that have been re-released and they've changed, like the Urban Tarot, for example, where they changed the tower image, where they listen to people's feedback and they make changes. But when a deck is popular like this and like Lightseers, then I'm pleased that they, you know, they don't insist on any changes. The deck is very female-centric, so I love hers, and from memory, the Two of Cups is also both females. Oh, one of my favourite strength cards. I think this image is absolutely stunning, really beautiful. I'm not sure if the deck necessarily has a theme. I think every time I've read about it, it'll say something along the lines of similar to our world, but with a lot more sparkle and magic or something like that. I think there's a good representation as well, not just of ethnicities, but certainly ages. Love this death card. Really beautiful. Devil. Love the Devil card. And we have a Tower. I love the perspective of this Tower card. You just see the Tower being destroyed in the background, but you're getting it from the perspective, or looking very closely at this fallen person. We have our star. And the sun. Judgment. Her eyes, look at her eyes. So you do see a colour difference. It's more noticeable actually through the lens. This one seems to be paler and more orangey, whereas this is more red and pink. And again, similar here when we've got our tones. What I like about the minors, the fact that they haven't changed them. I love to see, you know, ace, swords, pentacles and cups, and associated with the elements as they should be. Ooh, controversial. Some people say as they should be. But I like it when they're kind of colour toned as well. And ones are like fiery reds and ambers and oranges in the main, as you can see here. Four of Wands, this is a nice card. I love these 5 wands making a pentagram shape. The wands are amazing as well with the crystals at the ends. That's the same with all of them. And these hands holding each one. So we have disabilities represented as well. This one I've always liked. I like the fact you really get that sense. It's like somebody's surfing, but they're kind of riding the wands as they fly through the air in almost this kind of superhero pose. I feel her pain. This is me taking my work bag to work, dragging it out the car up the steps to work. Yeah, and the courts aren't necessarily, you know, gender assigned, where pages are males and knights are males, and it's more about the archetypal energy of the card rather than gender. Got the cat on her lap. And then we go into our very beautiful watery cups card. So this was the underneath of the lid, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's the Ace of Cups, which is the underneath of the lid. And I believe the star card for the underneath of the base, inside of the base. Yeah, so this is our Two of Cups. Pick them up. Hay House, I'm really impressed. I think they've certainly been on a learning journey, and they are people that listen to the community as well. They picked up quite a few really good decks. Five. See, on this version, which is the mass-produced version, you get more of a flesh tone, very pale here, but this is more, dare I say it, I think I might even prefer the mass market version. Eight is an interesting card. And why not have an older page? It's never too late to be learning new things, starting out in new directions, and having a youthful spirit. I love the water theme happening here, the bubbles coming from the cups, the fish on his shirt. Now, Ace of Swords, it's Ace of Swords week this week in the Hermit's Cave. Had I had this deck yesterday, I might have included that. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous Two of Swords. Look at that sky, look at the colour. Wow. This is interesting. I think I said this when I did the walkthrough of the indie version. I like how it's on the t-shirt. It's a t-shirt or a night dress or something like that, but to hear my full thoughts on this, I will link my original walkthrough from last year, I believe it was, when I picked up this deck. It's interesting that you can see his eyes through this mask. this. It's like she's manifesting. She's reading from like an old witchcraft book or spell book. Beautiful. Queen. Love the purple tones in the sword suit. And then we go into this kind of earthy brown, these autumnal colours for the pentacles. And again, you know, we don't have the suit names on them, we just have ace, you know what they are. So if you prefer calling them coins, you call them coins, refer to them as coins. It does follow an RWS system. You might have known that right from the beginning. Strength is 8. Justice is 11. Now this one is a little bit darker. I'm not quite sure why that's come out. Quite significantly darker, really. Love this representation for the Ten of Pentacles. Notice how they're like Christmas baubles hanging. It reminds me of families getting together for celebrations, all the generations here. Beautiful. Now King. Okay, so there we have it. So the unfolding path versus, as in mass market, which is this one by Hay House, alongside the independently produced. And I've got to say, fantastic job. I know we talked about thickness, but we're literally talking 5 cards difference. They're matched now, so that much difference. And the quality is really good. You know, it's really good. Nice cards, matte cards, very sturdy. Excellent job. So kudos to Hay House. I really like the fact that we've got a little book. The little book doesn't go into a lot of detail. I like it when creators talk about their inspiration for the cards or what we're seeing in the cards. But you're limited with a deck and book set of what you can put in. And there is information in here which is a lot better than what you get in the in the independently produced version as well. The packaging is, as I mentioned, just beautiful. Really nice, compact box. So it doesn't take up a huge amount of space on your shelf either. Let me know your thoughts. Is this a deck that you bought independently and thinking of getting one of these as a backup? Did you miss out? I don't know if it's still available or not, but if it's not, you missed out. Are you pleased that it's been picked up for mass market? And yeah, what are your thoughts on the quality of it? For me, it's a 10 out of 10. I think they've done a sterling job. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.